MMA Hustler here with Mike Chupa, who fights this Saturday at Budweiser Fight for Pride. Now, you fought all over the country, but this is the first time you actually fight here in El Paso. Is this an added pressure for you to perform, or do you just see it as a perk to actually get to fight in front of your home crowd?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Finally, I'm fighting here again. I always end up fighting everywhere else, like you said, and I'm always in their town. I'm always, getting booed and stuff like that. So I think the reverse of that, is going to work in a real positive way for me. I'm going to feed off that crowd because now it's my people. It's going to give me that extra edge and that extra motivation to win. You know what I mean? And I'll put on a better show because, we've got to keep my name around here. You know what I'm saying?
Now you're fighting Dimitrius, who has a lot of his fights on YouTube. Have you studied that footage, and did that affect in the way you actually prepared for it to fight him?
I watched a couple of his fights. He's a good wrestler. But his opponents, not to down anybody, but they really didn't have any takedown defense, so it made him look real good. Who knows? He may just be that good of a wrestler. We'll see, but I've wrestled all my life also, planning on using it as a defense, offense if I need to. I'm looking to sprawl and brawl, so I hope he's ready to bang. And my game plan is, if he tries to take me down, stuff a couple, get inside of his head, take him out of his game plan, and eventually pick him apart.
Well, I mean, you were mentioning that whole thing about being well-rounded. You're a Taekwondo black belt, state champ, you're a wrestling champ, you're on the Army judo team. You're always competing at all these grappling competitions. What are we going to see this time around?
You know what, man? Like a lot of my other fights, I think I went in there a little bit too calm. I had a little bit too much of a game plan. I'm going to get back to my old self and just get in his face, be aggressive, and just overwhelm him like I used to do in my earlier fights. I'm in great shape, so I'm not worried about getting tired. And if I do, I still have the heart and the drive to keep going, so I'm not even scared to get tired. So I think more, for this fight than any other one, I'm going to push the pace, and we're just going to see more of an explosive fight, as a 35-pound fight should be. Took my time with a lot of the other guys who followed a couple of my fights and stuff like that. Ended up backfiring in my face. Wasn't too much of my style. So I'm going to go back to what used to win me fights, and that's just banging. You know what I mean?
You mentioned sprawling and brawling. You have like an extensive background in Taekwondo, but we've never actually gotten to see it. Does that usually play into your striking, since that was like a while back, or have you evolved from that whole Taekwondo background?
Yeah, I mean, it's always great to have a base like that. I did it as a kid. Taekwondo, you can take some good from it. A lot of it's, sport competition and stuff like that. But now I'm just training, a lot of Muay Thai. A lot of everything I throw now is with power and speed, and it's to hurt, not to score a point. So I would say it's more Muay Thai now, but it was definitely a good base. You know what I mean? Helped me a lot with my speed and my timing, my entrances, exits, angles and stuff like that. But I'd say more now Muay Thai, along with my wrestling and stuff like that, is well put together, good shoebox.
Well, I mean, you're one of the more well-known fighters here in El Paso. We've been looking forward to your fight. It's finally here, and well, good luck for you on Saturday.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you guys. www.MikeChupaMMA.com.
We're here with Dimitrius, who fights tomorrow at Budweiser Fight for Pride against Mike Chupa, which is one of the more anticipated fights. Now you have a lot of your fights on YouTube. You were talking about that. Does that affect in the way you prepare, like the fact that people know what you bring? Do you try to mix it up, or?
No, I mean, if the fights that I've seen on YouTube, I've looked up all my fights on YouTube just so I know what other people are going to game plan against me for. And the fights that they posted, all you can see is me wrestling people, and you could find that anywhere. You can see I went to college to wrestle. I wrestled all through high school, so it's not anything new to anybody. What they don't expect is the fights that aren't posted up. Our gym's a Muay Thai gym, so I have a stand-up game. I have a jits game. I work with the Gracie teams over by us. So, I feel like I'm decently rounded at least. I'm building up. Always a good way to learn, stuff like that. So.
Well, those are the videos that I had seen, and based on that, I do say you were like and a really good wrestler too. Based on the way you get those double leg takedowns. Now, Mike Chupa is known here in El Paso. He's a big fighter here. Do you know anything about him and the way he fights?
I just saw the one fight against Ox Wheeler, which probably isn't one of his better fights. Ox is a good guy to fight against. He has good stand-up ground, real good heart. So, I mean, I expect Mike Chupa to just come out at me. I mean, he knows I'm a wrestler. He's not gonna want to give me a chance to breathe. He wants to sit there and crowd me, just beat me down, try to take my will out of me. But I'm gonna try to work my game in there against him too. I mean, I can't really tell you exactly what he's going to do. He's an explosive fighter. He changes things up every now and then, so can't really expect anything. Like, just got to go out and feel what's there.
All right. And well, I mean, your strength, I would say, is your wrestling. But what can we expect from you tomorrow night?
A lot of explosiveness. I mean, we've been working a lot of different stuff. We got Ricardo Lamas working out of our gym. He's a UFC fighter. I mean, Pablo Alfonso, he was actually supposed to be on this card, but he was injured, so working with those guys are real good stand-up and jits guys. I mean, everybody knows Rick was a wrestler, but we've been working a lot of explosion, a lot of new stuff. I don't want to give too much away since it's going to be put out there, but I'm excited to show some new stuff out there. So.
All right, well, I mean, we're big fans of Mike Chupa, and I mean, I checked out your fight. That was awesome, you know, a couple of double legs, some slams. Sure. Appreciate the time, and we're definitely looking forward to your fight, man.